morning, guys. Okay, first and foremost, a big shout out, a big thank you to Mel Robbins for inspiring this, because I was listening to her How to Reinvent Your Life podcast, and I was like, yo, there's so much that she dropped. I'll probably leave a link to her stuff on there as well. But I thought really struck me in terms of, can you see it for yourself, right? Like that's the big question that kind of really stuck out to me, or that came to me whilst I was listening to her podcast, right? Can you see it for yourself? And it really just had me thinking, can we see the wonderful things that we deep down we truly desire? Can we see it for ourselves? You know, like when you see somebody healthy, right, living their healthiest life, can you see it for yourself, even though you know that's something that you want to give yourself? Whatever it is, it can be the family that you desire, right? And you may be coming from a family that maybe is not the family that you would want for yourself, right? You know, you might be coming from a divorced family. You might be coming from a family that's considered dysfunctional, but you know deep down that you want to have the whole 9 yards. You want to have the husband or the wife and the 2.5 kids, right? Remember that ad, the 2.5 kids, is like, what's the 0.5? What does that kid look like? Can you see it for yourself? Like when you sit down deep down, and I'm talking about, this is even off a conversation I was having with somebody. Do we actually believe we can get that thing, that life that we really know deep down we want? Can we see ourselves in it? Like, you can believe it for your friends. You're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. You know how you always find yourself like when somebody's like, oh, that person's going to be successful. And you're like, oh, yeah, him. Oh, yeah, looking at him or her, definitely, they're going to make it. Can you see it for yourself, though? Like when you look at yourself in the mirror, can you believe it? Can you see yourself living the life that you prize? Or is it a fairy tale when it comes to you? Like, everybody else can do it. Not me. Not them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at my track record. I'm looking at the things I've failed at. I'm looking where I come from. I'm looking at what I look like, what I sound like. And I just can't see it for myself. And a lot of the times, if we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of us live with that weird fight between what I want and me not being able to actually see it for myself. I don't believe it. I don't know if I'm cut out for it. I don't think I am not, insert whatever it is, enough to get to that life. I'm not smart enough. I'm not connected enough. You know, I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not good looking enough. I don't have enough money. Whatever it is, can you see it for yourself? Like, can you? Some of us are struggling with just the thing of, can I be happy? Will I ever be happy? Happy with myself? Can I see myself being happy? I think a lot of the times, a lot of us are living a life of compromise. And we've compromised on the things that we want, and thus we have compromised ourselves. We've compromised our happiness. That's why some of us wake up every single morning and go to work, and people will tell you, you should be grateful that you got a job. But you're like, I know, but I'm just not. Because truth be told, you went for something that looked a little bit less intimidating than the thing that you really want. You went for the thing that didn't look like the thing you want, right? Some of you are sitting in careers that's not you. That's never been you. Because you could never see yourself being that, you know, that producer, or being that sports personality, being that person on TV. And I'm doing the big stuff because I want to stretch us, right? But a lot of the times we tell ourselves, let me do what's sensible. Can you imagine? You got one run on this planet. Like, you've got one run in this life. We don't know what the next life looks like, right? And whether you believe, you know, you're Christian or whatever, you know, faith system or no faith system that you believe in, right? Or whatever, you know, program you're running according to, we don't actually know to the full extent how the every day is going to look like. The every days of once you're done on this planet, you know. And I know some people are going to come for me in the comments. Feel free to do that. I'd love to have a conversation about that too, right? But I can tell you now, we do know this. We do know this. This right here, this, the here and now, that we do know. Like when you wake up in the mornings, yes, as much as it's unpredictable, something could happen to you, but you do know that the sun's going to be up, there's going to be air to breathe, and I get a run, I get a chance, I get a shot at living again. I'm going to see people. Can you see it? Like those things are there. And you're going to be sensible. You're going to go out sensible with your one run on this planet. Come on. Come on. Can you see it for yourself? I wanna challenge you to do this exercise, right? And it's something that once again Mel Robbins was teaching me, or kind of spoke about in one of her podcasts, which was you need to sit in mentally in the thing that you want, right? And we'll take something superficial. Let's talk about a car. So my favorite car, like my toy car, that thing that I want, the ultimate car that I want, is a 911 GT3, right? And I want it in shark blue. Like I'm that specific, right? So I literally would sit. I'm in the car right now, which actually helps, right? Because this is what we do. This is what we shoot. This is our studio. And I'd grab the wheel, right? And I'd sit there and close my eyes. And I'm going to close my eyes on this thing. It's going to be weird. You're going to watch a grown-ass man with these eyes closed throughout the whole thing. Can you sit there and imagine what it'd feel like to have the steering wheel? Like I can feel it. It's leather, right? The seats are going to be leather, right? Of course, like or Alcantara, depending. What does it sound like? Can I see it? You need to give yourself that moment just to sit there. Can you see it for yourself? Like, have you ever paused? Some of us need to pause long enough. Don't just think about it. That's not enough. That's just mental gymnastics. If it's having a family, sit in whatever room you're in. Even if it's the office, right? Shut the door so it's not weird and people are creeped out. And imagine what it would feel like to have your family by, right? I can see my 2 kids running around. They got attitudes like me, but that's the price I pay for being who I am, right? And I accept that. That's the tax, right? And they ask me all the most random questions in the world, because that's the kind of kid I was. So I'm paying taxes for that, right? My parents said that I would. And they're amazing. They're smart. How do I know that they're smart? I can see them. I can hear them. And I made sure that they're smart because I exposed them to all the beautiful things in this life, right? I can feel them. Like some of you need to take time to see it for yourself. Like be adamant about it. Like I want you to be deliberate about it. Find a time today, somewhere, tonight when you get home. Turn off a whole lot of other stuff. If you have to put your phone in do not disturb, do it. But I want you to see it for yourself, the life that you want. It can be an apartment. So for instance, I in 2019 right, left the job to try and find something else, and it didn't work out, and I was at home, so I moved back home, right? This is not even my car. I lost my car. Like my car's gone. This is my mother's car, right? I'm a Tyrone. I get it. Whatever, right? There's an apartment that I want to move to in Sunninghill. As to whether I get to it or not, I don't know that, but that's the thing. And last night, I sat there in a room that I've been in since I was in high school, which is crazy, right? And I imagined it. I sat there and I was like, okay, I can feel the carpet underneath my feet. I can tell you that there's a desk with a ring light where I'm going to be producing more of these podcasts from there whilst looking out over Johannesburg, like over the Johannesburg skyline. Like I can see it. I can tell you that it's a nice little table, man. I've got a MacBook, right? And that's where I produce from. Behind me, you'll see the kitchen, white countertops, right? I've got tiles on there. And I'm using the images that I actually, because I've seen the apartment, like I've seen it on Instagram. I know exactly what I'm envisioning, what I'm visualizing. And I'm there. Like, and here's the crazy trick, right? Your mind can't tell the difference between what you are visualizing and what's real. Like, your mind is convinced, like my mind right now, I'm feeling the tingles in my body because it's convinced that we're in that apartment, right? I can tell you about the couch, the color of the couch behind me. It's gray. I love it. It's a beautiful couch. I'm specific about it. If anybody who knows me, they'll tell you I'm very pedantic about and very deliberate about details. Like I'm a details person, right? And you need to be that detailed when you're visualizing. Today, pause somewhere. Give yourself time to see it for yourself. Like, sit there and be like, okay, what color are the couches? What color are the tiles? What color is the car that you're going to buy, right? What does it sound like where you're staying? It could be a different country. You know what you're going to do? Go find a video of the country you want to stay in, and imagine yourself walking down the street to your favorite coffee shop, or if you don't drink coffee, tea or whatever, that you do every single morning. Live that life before you're actually there, because if you can't see it for yourself, it will never happen. It'll never happen. I hate to break it to you. It'll never happen unless you see it for yourself. And there might be a little bit of a blip right now because I'm seeing messages coming through. Sorry. Can you see it for yourself? And if you can't, you're going to need to take time. Take the time. You need to pause. It's not going to happen by chance. Not the life that you want. The life that you want, you're going to need to be deliberate about it. Because you only get one run. That's it. One run, and that's it. And with this one run, make it count. And the only way to make it count is to see it for yourself. That's what I'm asking you to do. And have a great day. And on top of that, yeah, this is purely advice. This is not meant to, replace any advice that you're going to get from a counselor, from a psychologist, from finance or whatever. Like all the experts. No, this is just me saying, hey, you can do that. This is all for the legal people, right? And please do consider liking and subscribing this video. It helps us to get, out there so more people can see it for themselves, right? So can you see it for yourself? And if you can, pause, take the time, see it for yourself, so you can live the life that you prize, the life that you know you were cut out for, made for, and stop pretending. Any other life that is not the life that you know you were cut out to live, you're pretending. Let's stop pretending. Love you guys. Ciao.